I don't want to commit statutory rape core, you know?
Dude,
Like,
all I'm telling you right now, man, there was, it's funny you bring up I don't want to commit statutory rape core as music stylings in the 70s into the 80s.
it is, though. Like, Jim Croce.
Oh, my God. Yeah, dude. And then there's also, I did think it was funny that even that ideology, because like in the 1960s, I can't remember who sings the song, but there is a song where it's like, you're 16, you're beautiful, and you're mine. And that guy is 32 years old. And it's like what are you doing? Yeah, pull the mic closer.
It feels like some Paul
There you
Anka
go.
shit, dude.
Yeah, I don't know.
And they called it puppy love.
Yeah, they called it puppy love because those were children. You fucking weirdo.
Yeah.
Not some guy who's just like, yeah, my 13-year-old cousin.
Like, she's my bride, but don't worry, she's still fertile.
She's still, yeah, look, I need to do that. Look, it's my God-given right. But I do think it's crazy because in the 1950s and 60s, I guess that was still kind of like accepted. Like people were just like, yeah, younger wives, Who's
Yeah, like, what, do you want an old bag?
No, you don't need this old bitty nagging you. But I do understand, I guess, if you're going to be like, oh, it's just the time. It was just the time. It's weird. However, Kip Winger from Winger has that song, She's Only 17, which is a crazy song.
An insane song.
It's a crazy song that was it was in the charts.
Oh, my favorite one of those is Jim Croce's 5 Short Minutes, or it's like 5 Short Minutes of Love, because it's got me 20 long years in jail.
Oh,
like
man. 5 Short Minutes of Love got me 20 years in jail.
Yeah. I was just like, maybe you should told everybody that, John. Maybe keep it to yourself.
Yeah, John.
Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody has those days. But this feels like...
Look, I fucked up.
Yeah.
I fucked up. Look, it's 5 short minutes. Look, it was only 5. Also, you're fucking out yourself as being a 2-pump chump for the most part.
real, dude.
Nobody wants that. If you're gonna
5
be...
for a mention, you eating a pussy in there.
Yeah, dude, that's it. No foreplay?
Exactly.
Mr. Croce, no foreplay? That's what I'm sentencing you to. That's why you're getting the book, dude. If you're gonna fucking hook up with a minor, you better
make her come at least.
You better have foreplay. That's why these women are so confused with fucking shitty lovers nowadays. They don't have older men doing foreplay. These older, cruder men not having foreplay with them. Fucking idiots.
And that's why he deserved to die in that plane crash.
That's why. That's why.
Pussy, that's why he died.
And that's like, I do think it's funny too that, Jerry Lee Lewis, Great Balls of Fire guy, married his 13-year-old cousin. And everybody was just like, it's wacky times here. Like, it's a fucking, It's like, no one was like, he's 29 years old.
Yeah, it seemed like no one but his uncle had a problem with that.
Dude,
like,
that's also crazy, is that someone was just like, oh, well, he's a popular singer. Let him. Did you hear Great Balls of Fire?
Yeah.
It's an amazing song. We can't take that away.
I can jitterbug.
He's very good on the piano. Very good on the piano. And also likes him a little young. Who am I to judge?
Well, that's that interview with like R. Kelly's brother. It's like, I like older women. He likes younger women. What's the big deal?
Also, R. Kelly. Age ain't nothing but a number. Wild as fuck to just put out. And just be like, yeah, I may be dating a minor.
I may be married a child.
I mean, our forefathers did it. Why can't R. Kelly do it? Why can't R. Kelly do it? I don't want to go back to child bride times. However, I think it is. I do want to go back to child bride times. I don't want a child bride.
I just want to observe.
I just like the times that they were living in child bride times. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
It's almost like Gawkin times. I want to go back to Gawkin times, where you could just gawk at somebody. You know what I mean? Where it wasn't unacceptable to be like, whoa. What is this now? Like freak times. There's also, like when there was like the world's fattest man. Like you could just be like, oh, you're gonna be in business.
Yeah, dude, you get yourself a ukulele, dude. You'll be
Wait a minute,
cool.
What do you do here? What do? You just eat? I think I've got a job for you. Like P.T. Barnum, like those times are great. And it's like, now you can't even gawk at anybody anymore. I feel, and I do it. I feel bad when I see something where I'm like, whoa, that is the biggest forehead I've ever seen in my entire life. And you don't want to be a weirdo about it. But some stuff, where's the line of where you can't gawk anymore?
So I saw a baby whose head was so big that he physically couldn't stand up earlier.
That's a gawk.
I
That's
was like,
worthy of a gawk.
I want to ask your mom how that happened.
That's it's like that's worthy of a gawk. And I have questions.
I don't think there's anything wrong. You know what I mean? I'm not saying you're a hell spawn or nothing, but I have some. I got some
serious gawking questions. Holy shit! This is the End Podcast with Ryan Shaner. I'm here with the one and only Pete Eckenroth. Thank you so much for being on the show.
Thanks for having me, Skater.
I saw this one thing I was talking earlier about this thing that is terrible, but it is also funny. So there was a helicopter crash at a hospital. So hilarious. And then apparently the helicopter crash had crashed with a heart that was trying to be transplanted to somebody. But they saved the heart. Okay. They got it out. And then the guy who was walking with it was just like, finally, I'm going to take it. And then he tripped and dropped the heart and fucked up the heart after a helicopter crash. That is awesome. That is the best thing I've ever seen in my life.
I like that real hearts work like cars. That it's like you're just like, nah, you fucked up the timing chain when you dropped it.
No,
be in time no more.
Dust it off.
We're getting a misfire in cylinder 4.
I've often thought about, have you ever heard about like transplant stories where like people get a liver or not, I guess not a liver, like a kidney or a heart, and then they start adopting the qualities of the person that they get like the shit from?
I've heard of that. I assume those people were crazy to start with.
No, I think, well, I mean, I watched a lot of Unsolved Mysteries growing up, and I remember this one episode where this lady got a heart transplant from a man who died in a motorcycle accident, which is dope. That is sick. Cool way to go out, by the way. And she got the heart transplant, and then the next week she was craving chicken nuggets like she wouldn't believe. Like, that was the whole thing. Like, that was what was so funny about it. She's like, I just had this amazing craving for chicken nuggets. And apparently, the guy who died...
Loved chicken nuggets?
No, he was eating chicken nuggets while he died on the motorcycle, which is amazing as hell. And she's just like, yeah, I never even thought about fast food ever. And that means that guy's heart was still like, I need the nuggets, dude. You can't I have unfinished nugget business.
Wait, this dude was riding a motorcycle and eating chicken nuggets?
Yeah.
This dude does rule.
Yeah. He is the sickest dude in human history.
This dude's the best. It's like, imagine being chipping, just like...
It's like balancing your Chick-fil-A sauce on the clutch.
It is sick. Yeah, dude, just fucking trying to dunk the... But that's, imagine losing control and flipping off your bike and just see nuggets kind of in the air. The last thing you see is your Szechuan sauce just fucking going everywhere.
That would be a pretty baller way to go.
I think so. I think a motorcycle crash is pretty sick way to go out. I think death racing people should bring back.
1,000%.
I think death racing would probably stop a lot more school shootings. You know what I mean?
Okay. Okay.
Hear me out.
Riddle me this one, Batman.
Hear me out. So, I'm going on Grease rules here. I'm going on Grease here. In the movie Grease, fucking John Travolta, I can't remember his name. I can't remember his name in the movie.
Yeah.
Whatever. Dickface.
Yeah.
That Dickface has a problem with another guy from another school. And then the beef, instead of getting a gun, is just having a death race.
They go to the spillway.
Yeah, it's a death race.
Have a drag race.
And you challenge someone to a death race, and that's how you, win this argument. I think that should come back and say, don't get me wrong, bullying's going to happen. But if you were getting bullied in school, and you went up to your bully and you challenged him to a death race, and you were, real about it, I challenge you to a fucking death race. We're gonna race at a spillway to the death. You immediately look like a baller because you challenged your bully to a death race. And then what's the worst that could happen? You
die.
No, first off, you die. No more bullying. And then two, if they back out, you look like the man because they look like a pussy. It's bring back death racing when maybe save lives.
I was the kid in high school that like I had an '84 Monte Carlo and everybody else had a Prius. So I was the kid that would just like threaten to rear end you. Like they would just be like people would just be an asshole. They'd be like, I hear you blaring your music real loud.
To rear end you?
Yeah, I'm like, I will total your car and I will be fine.
Yeah, dude, those steel fucking cars
Yeah,
are
it was
sick.
like we're a non-issue. It was like I will destroy your Honda Fit, lady. Don't even give me any shit.
I would often think about how, like, because the fucking '86 Firebird I had, even though that had already been in a fucking car accident and like the frame was kind of off, I thought about like, even if I were to get into an accident, I'd probably survive in that car.
Yeah, I got rear-ended by a Ford Fusion and they totaled the Fusion and I needed a new taillight.
That's fucking that is great, dude. That's fucking awesome. You probably, and it was their fault.
Yeah, it
they
was a stop
rear-ended
sign.
you.
Yeah.
And now their car's completely out of commission. It's like, why are we building these disposable cars? Like, designed obsolescence is gross, man.
It's gross.
We should bring back tanks.
We should, dude.
We should bring back tanks.
If everybody's
dude.
first car was an Abrams tank.
That would, man. Now, do you know anything about tanks? Do you know
Not
what's
a
your
whole
tank
lot.
knowledge?
I'm not super
tank savvy.
heavy. No.
not tank heavy.
Not
dude.
tank heavy. You want to talk about a Willys Jeep? I got some information. I don't know much about it. I don't know much about the Abrams Machine Company.
Tanks are dope. However, what I remember is that the first tanks that were ever made. This is why I think World War I is my favorite war out of every war. One, because it was such a brutal, long campaign, and two, they were introducing new weapons that not everybody knew how to use, like at all. How fucking amazing is that to just be a guy like, all right, we're gonna have this thing called a flamethrower.
Oh, I have no concept of how wind
like
works.
What it is at all, and just being like, what does that do? It's like, all right, see that over there? It can light it on fire. It's like, oh, that's awesome. It's like, all right, don't pull the trigger too long. It's gonna fucking, and then just blowing up, all over the fucking place. The introducing mustard gas and chemical warfare and not understanding that, and then being in a trench and just seeing a machine that you've never seen before, crushing barriers and people, and you're just like, what is this? And how does this even work? And not even the people behind the wheel, like, we don't know. We don't know what's going on.
I like that at one point, the peak of military defense was like, we have giant jacks on the ground.
Dude, that's...
They were like, we have big jacks for you to hide behind.
It's pretty dope. No guy's like, what are you thinking? He's like, dig a hole?
Dude,
We either dig a hole
You're
or
going to Frogger your way through Normandy Beach, all right? You guys ready?
Good luck, idiots. Wait, are they on foot? Fuck me. No. I also appreciate old-timey traps that were used in Vietnam that, like, the Viet Cong were like just,
those pointy sticks under a pile of leaves.
In the pile of leaves. It's fucking amazing. I also appreciated where they would, I can't remember what it was called. It was called have souvenir, lose fingers or something like that. So the Viet Cong knew that American soldiers loved taking souvenirs home, or prizes or trophies. Yeah, mementos and trophies. So they would constantly leave out things that looked important, or like flags or things that they knew American soldiers would go after. And they also would build fake installations. So, like, when soldiers would come across, they'd be like, oh, they were just here. Or, like, we were going to find all this intelligence about what they're doing. And so they would just booby trap all of it. And they would put, like, underneath flags, like, little, like, triggers to blow shit up. And,
the first IEDs.
It's awesome.
Yeah,
and it's an awesome fucking thing. But then just knowing that, I mean, imagine walking through a jungle and understanding that at any given time you could accidentally step through a hole that at the bottom of it were bamboo pikes covered in human poop.
That's what I fear every time I walk to the bathroom at night, is that suddenly things have changed and then I'm getting impaled and trying to take a poopy,
I wish that actually happened in fucking Home Alone once.
Yeah.
Like, instead of all the and don't get me wrong, I want all the childish fucking booby traps. I want all the funny, goofy things. I want people slipping on micro machines. I want the paint cans. I love that shit. But if Kevin just decided at one point to break a hole in the floor and put a rug over it, and then fill an entire pit with his own shit.
I want Kevin to do that little like the crutch with the knife attached to it move.
That would be man,
from the house around here.
Yeah, that was fucking awesome.
That was so sick.
And I had talked about it previously on a podcast. You know, it's illegal to booby trap your own house.
Yeah, but I get why that would be though, because I would forget about my booby traps.
I don't think it should be illegal.
Or at least frowned upon.
I don't think it should be illegal. I think there should be certain you know what? I think you should have a license. I think you should have like a gun. I think if you want to booby trap your own house, you have to go through a course. Almost like you have to go take a test. You have to prove you're of sound mind, and then you have to like all your booby traps have to be approved. That's just me. I think that's how it should be. I don't think there should ever be anybody barring you of what you can do in your own home. I think you also shouldn't be able to have children. I don't think you should be. If you're going to booby trap your own home, you're also barred from having children.
I would love to like booby trap an Airbnb. Just be like, I filled your toaster with thumbtacks, and you'll never know.
That would be sick.
Next year, there's a shrapnel in people's faces.
I want to have an Airbnb. I think that would be one thing I'd do if I could ever afford property. If I ever had enough money to have 2 properties, I'd make one an Airbnb, but I'd make it a wacky themed Airbnb. I would constantly leave wild ass shit in the house that would have no explanation whatsoever. I would actually have in the basement I would never tell them either. I would be like, oh, the washer and dryer in the basement if you need to do it. But then next to the washer and dryer, just have 47 porcelain dolls with the eyes cut out with mirrors in them. And just leave them in the basement. And to never address it. And just be like, yeah, what was that all about? I was like, oh, yeah, don't talk to the dolls. Don't talk to the dolls. And then I would hide them in other places of the house. Be fucking sick to do. I don't know why that doesn't happen more with Airbnbs. There should be haunted
There's probably
Airbnb.
a clause in there being like, you can't convince your inhabitants that they're in a paranormal activity situation. Like, you can't just run the plot of the movie The Orphan on them and be like, no, there's just a...
No.
the boy, not the orphan. I'm sorry. I'm talking about Brahms,
The boy.
Yeah, we're like, no, there's just a doll. Just watch him, dude. Don't worry. Nothing spooky here. And then there's just like a man living in the walls.
Wait a minute. First off, secondly, I think you should be able to do whatever the fuck you want in your house. And first off, I think if it's not violating anybody's privacy, you're in the clear. Like if you don't have cameras in the house besides like a Ring doorbell, you're probably fine. You can probably do whatever you want. It's up to them to want to stay there, you know? I think if you even pipe in, ghostly voices, you're not in the wrong.
Oh, I think that's just good-hearted fun. You know what I
Wait a
mean?
minute. Wait.
Just promoting
Ghostly voices, which you can actually hear, is good-hearted fun, but leaving porcelain dolls with glass eyes in the basement is the wrong
hiding
way?
them in cabinets? Yeah, that's a little spooky.
Fuck. No. I think also leaving a note, just like leaving a note like, oh, welcome to the Airbnb, the Wi-Fi password is this, and then it's like, just to let you know, we've had complaints about like, spectral images here and like, weird, maybe some poltergeist activity would be, I think that would make me want to stay in an Airbnb more.
If you see some orbs, it's just Craig. He gets like that sometimes.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Or another thing that would be sick, because I tried to do this at my old work, and I thought, I know they wouldn't bite on it because it was going to be bad, but that reflective paint that only shows up like if you take like a picture with flash on, if you paint it on the wall like a silhouette of a person, that would be sick. But I wanted to do it at my old work because it was very dim lit and everyone constantly got in the way of taking pictures. But I wanted to paint "suck it" on the wall, so every time they took a picture, it would just say "suck it" behind it, and they couldn't get anything. That's good natured.
Yeah, it's good.
That's good natured fun. I don't understand why that doesn't happen more. Wait a minute. What was speaking of good-natured fun and pranks? What was your team name yesterday?
Oh, James Moss is gay. Yeah, Team James Moss is gay won the silver medal at the Beer Olympics.
Yeah,
yesterday.
you guys came in second place. I can't believe we came in first place, dude.
That was an Olympic level performance,
dude.
from
We
you, dude. You fucking just
crushed it. And that was because I told nobody showboating. No showboating. Everyone got fucking caught up with like celebrating after they sink a beer pong. Like, get the fuck on, dude. We got fucking minutes we're wasting. We're at time we gotta fucking make. We gotta fucking get it done. And I was so glad I didn't go in that dunk tank. Did you pee in that dunk tank?
I did not pee in that dunk tank.
I don't believe you.
I really wanted to, but I didn't.
I don't believe you.
I really wanted to.
That water got super gross.
Yeah.
Real quick, and I think there was pee in there.
I've tasted some pee in there, but I don't think it was mine.
I got a hint of pee.
Yeah, dude, I got a little bit, dude. There was some.
Have you ever done any pranks with pee? Growing up?
Oh, yeah.
Your pee pranks?
Yeah.
Like what?
Okay. So my little brother used to sleepwalk, and he would like pee on his floor sometimes.
Sick.
So sometimes I would just go in and just piss on his floor and tell him that he did.
I don't know if that's a prank as much as that's gaslighting somebody to feeling bad.
I had a buddy, ex-roommate. We had severe beef with our next door apartment. It was an indoor apartment complex.
Sure.
And it was his dog would literally, he would let out the front door, it's indoor, and it would go piss in the hallway. And then he would let the dog back in. So it was obviously on purpose.
Yeah.
So what my friend did was piss in the top of Tupperware containers and then freeze them, then slide it underneath his door.
What?
Danny!
Yeah, that's an
That
A-level
is
prank.
amazing.
You outdid me there, bud.
God damn it. I love that. I love that. You have no idea how happy that makes. That is so fucking funny. That is so good. That's so innovative.
Yeah,
you know,
you're changing the game.
and what's so crazy about that is I know that wasn't like he thought, like, how can I get them back? He was like, I'm going to pee and I'm going to freeze. Like, it was like, what? That's why it's so amazing.
Yeah, he wasn't thinking of it.
No.
He like instinctively like, fuck this dude.
That's what the fucking best part of it is. It's not that, like, that's like fucking next level ingenious shit. No one ever thinks to freeze pee. It's fucking awesome.
That's a good natured one, dude. I'm not good at pranks because I go like just jihadi so quick. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Where it's like, it's never like, oh, dude, let's ding dong nitch them. I'm like, all right, we're gonna pop the hood of their car. And I'm gonna piss in their windshield washer fluid.
That's fucking great. That's also really funny. Did you ever put shit underneath the car? That's fucking funny.
Yeah.
That's really funny. One thing we used to do with we didn't always do it, but I watched it happen once, and it is kind of funny. So, like, if ever we went to a house party and there was tequila around, and there was, like, a lot of it and a lot of shots, what you do is, like, you'd fill, like, a bunch of shots of tequila, and then you'd pee in 2 of the shot glasses, and you'd mix it around, and then you just put the shots on tables, and then you'd watch. And you'd watch all these dumb basic bitches go like, that's a kid, and then just fucking
One of them.
dude, you don't know which one. You have no idea who it was. And yeah, looking back, maybe that's fucked up. But it was funny as hell.
Oh my God, it's a hot toddy shot. This
Yeah,
is crazy.
dude. It's fucking, and then I think my buddy my buddy Ben. Dude, this guy, it sucks Ben's dead, but Ben loved heroin. So it was like, he did his, you know what? He died doing what he loved. But Ben was wild with like some of the pranks. He was a guy who used to, I've talked about it before, he used to shit in tinfoil and then like, fold up, but then he write chicken parmesan on it and put it in a fridge.
Like a work fridge?
Oh no, like if we were at a house party, he would, or maybe, I don't know. He would do that. But I remember Ben, he never successfully did it, but it was funny watching him try because like he came out of the bathroom with a balloon on his wiener that he was trying to fill with pee to put in like a water balloon thing. So, and just mix it up and just have a water balloon fight and someone would get hit with a water balloon full of pee.
You ever fart into a balloon and then tell someone it's a whippet? Because I've been getting into that one lately.
Wait a minute. How do you fart into a balloon?
You just hold it up and.
But how does your fart like?
Well, I got hemorrhoids, so I got a little tab that you can kind of hook it to.
What I'm saying is, how do you fill a balloon big enough? If someone offered me like a rinky-dink balloon and saying like this is a whippet, I would
just be like, well, what you've got to do is you have to have been doing whippets already in the night. So it'd be like, nah, dude, this is you hit my balloon, and then just hand them a balloon full of fart. Yeah. Yeah. I'm really changing the game over here.
Just the phrase balloon full of fart is so funny. And somebody a balloon full of fart.
You gotta do what you gotta do sometimes, man.
It's holy shit. Just say you're like, oh dude, this women and them squeezing a fucking balloon in their mouth. Now what happens when they do it?
They throw up usually.
Yeah, that's fucking right.
Yeah, because it tastes like butt.
Oh my God.
And I'm imagining my butt's not the tastiest of butts in the first place. I drink a lot of Mountain Dew. I don't think my sweat's that good.
Dude, dude, if you fucking now do you prep the fart? Do you make sure that it's gonna be a fucking sweet beefer? Yeah. What do you now? What goes into the process of fart balloon?
If it's like a long-term plan, then I'll go buy one of those family-sized chicken parm frozen dinners. I'll eat like 4,000 calories of frozen chicken parm sandwiches, and
Damn,
then I
dude.
will just lay on my tummy with a Keystone Light in there and just
Have you
wiggle a
ever?
little bit.
Have you ever? Now, when I was a kid, farting in someone's face was like probably peak fucking prank.
Yeah, I think
Just
the
like,
beef stew is
it's pretty
appropriate
good
for everyone. Yeah.
Have you ever accidentally spray farted in somebody's face?
Once.
And how did that go?
We're not friends anymore.
Yeah. I kind of knew how that was going.
Yeah.
Dude, spray farts will fuck somebody's shit
Yeah.
up. I watched a dude spray fart on a guy in his sleep. And like we had to like, we didn't know what to do because like we thought farting on him in his sleep was funny. It was like, yeah, that's pretty
Yeah,
funny.
So far, so good.
But then he farted and it was just like, because like he was like, oh, I think I got one. And it was like, like it was one of those like slow starters and then a full pop. And it was just like, pop. Like it looked
backfire.
like someone just took like a fucking spoonful of gravy and just kind of like just flung it.
Oh my God, dude.
And it hit him in the face. And it was kind of like, what do we do now? Because we know he's going to wake up and he's going to go to the bathroom and he's going to see what's on his face. Like, maybe he'll know.
Yeah.
Like, we were hoping that he wouldn't recognize that it was poop.
What
Or
else
like,
would that have been?
I don't know. You know, we partied pretty hard. It could have been anything. You could have just been like, we don't know what happened to your face.
A rough
man.
day at the Sunday show?
Yeah, dude. You were trying to drink chocolate syrup and it wasn't coming out. all the
that's
way.
all, dude. Don't
You know
worry.
how it goes, dude.
Where you go,
You know who doesn't appreciate getting farted in the face? Chicks, man. Chicks do not appreciate that
Not one
shit at
bit.
all. And I don't understand that. You know, if you're going to be a chick and you're going to hang with the boys, you better expect some farts in the face, dude. You better expect it.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to be one of the fellas, you
I mean, I've had a chick fart in my face accidentally. Accidentally.
accidentally.
Accidentally. Dude,
All
you
right,
can't.
big air
Dude,
quotes,
if you're going to
accidentally.
69 and you're going to look down the barrel of a gun,
Every time I've looked down the barrel of a gun, I've kind of hoped it went off, you know?
Yeah. I think the next time you 69 with a chick, you're like, look, I'm not telling you to toot, but if it did, I wouldn't be mad.
Yeah, just,
I mean, I know a dude who got off on his chick's stank.
yeah.
He was like really all about his chick farting, and I didn't understand that either. I'm not a huge fart fetishist. I've watched fart fetish porn just out of blind curiosity.
Just giving it a go.
I've never understood the whole thing. I also really have found it very funny. Remember cake farts?
Yeah, yes.
Now, cake farts, how did you feel about cake farts when you saw it first?
First time I thought it was funny, and then like when you realized that sparked some of your boys being a little freaky deeks, I was like, maybe
Yeah.
I'm done with cake farts as a goof.
You know, cake farts, you know what I think the most depressing part about cake farts is?
Wasting that perfectly good cake.
Yes, and somebody made that cake with love. You know, somebody at a bakery was like, "Oh, I wonder what this cake's for." You know, maybe a birthday party, a christening,
An anniversary.
you know, somebody. Yeah, what is this? A graduation, maybe? And nope, it's just a chick plopping her ass on it.
And it's not even just like the fellas having a good time watching the Tonys. Like it's
No,
not even like
it's just-
it means less than nothing.
It's a chick literally ripping ass all over a cake. And then cake farts went to, I think it's one of those people who just started. It's like, all right, we killed it with cake farts. How can we up the ante? How can we get ourselves? And then it went from cake farts to meatloaf farts. I don't know if you're.
I'm gonna be honest with you, dude.
I don't know if you remember. I don't know if you remember meatloaf farts.
I'm gonna be honest with you, dude. Cake farts doesn't do anything for me. The meatloaf fart, that's piqued my interest a little bit. There's something about a meatloaf fart that I'm like, I could see what I could see what I might like from that.
It's funny that like, I don't believe that the woman. You all right, Danny? I don't believe that the woman who did cake farts. I mean, she clearly did it. She did it, but I don't believe it was her idea.
Oh, probably.
I don't believe that was the idea of a woman to do cake farts. But I do appreciate her playing ball because the producer was like, "All right, what were you doing the other day? Okay, so you did a blow bang, amazing. Also, really do appreciate your anal work. It was amazing. Let's just bring it back to the anus. How do you feel about farting on inanimate objects or food?" We'll give you 10 grand. It's like, wait, what do I have to do? You just got to fart on it. Just fart on the food. And then after cake farts, be like, all right, you crushed it with cake farts. You crushed it. But now we're trying to get in a whole new audience. People are
How do you feel about Jello queefs?
Yeah. How do you feel about anything? Jello
putting
queefs.
tapioca in your nose and then smacking it out.
Oh,
How do you
man.
feel about that?
Just old-timey gags. Jesus Christ. We got messages. Fuck. Yeah, I wonder how many. Like cake farts is one of those things. Like I wonder how many avenues that went down until it got greenlit.
Not what gets many.
Like what gets
Kensington Avenue was probably the only one.
I wonder if they actually have a board. Like, no, we're not gonna do cake farts. He's like, no, man, we gotta do cake farts, man. Come on. Fuck me. Hit me with them goddamn messages.
Hey, Shaner. Shout out Danny Dubs. That gay retard here. I'm listening to episode 26. You guys are talking about dick dioramas. I just recently started to get into miniature painting, like hobby painting. And big part of that is dioramas. Is this my destiny? Am I supposed to make dick boxes? It sounds good. It sounds really good. I'm gonna do it. Shout out Danny Tubbs. Y'all have a good one.
I'm gonna do it.
I'm gonna do it.
He better do it.
Look, man. If you do it, I will look at it. If you do a pretty well done dick diorama, I will critique it on the show. I mean, we probably won't be able to post it, but I will critique it on the show and let people know how good it is.
Yeah, I want to see your Warhammer, dude.
I
Let me
hope
see that shit.
I hope it's, I'm trying to think of like what the dick diorama would be. I hope it's a historical dick diorama,
Wizard sleep throughout the ages.
I hope it's like a diorama of like fucking soldiers at Valley Forge just trying to get through the winter and just like with rag tags on and like fucking powdered sugar snow.
Gangrenous penis.
Yeah, just like a very wild ass thing like that. Or the signing of the Treaty of Versailles, like a fucking just having like a weird, like, what is your dick doing there, buddy?
Why
that
is
would be
there a
sick.
schmeckle in the Gulf of Tonka?
Yeah, you know what the ultimate dick diorama would be? Fuck. The monk on fire. The monk on fire would be the ultimate dick diorama. If you can make your dick look like it's on fire in the middle of the square in Vietnam, I want to fucking see it, dude. I will put that on a t-shirt. That is the ultimate dick diorama. I don't know why that hasn't happened. There was a whole thing, remember puppetry of the penis? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Like, why didn't they do that? They could have gone political. They could have tried to make a statement. You put a fucking dick in a fucking Buddhist monk fucking gi and light your dick on fire out of protest of the war. I think that's a fucking... That's the best dick diorama I think I've ever come up with.
That is sick.
If you do that, I will definitely I'll take a gander and critique it on the show.
Dude, just the idea. I love that a tabletop game where you got to paint dicks would be called 40 gay. I love that.
Jesus Christ.
Let me see your Warhammer.
Dude,
40 gay.
40 gay.
Hey, Shanner. So I've got a music question for you. My girlfriend came home from work the other day, and I was listening to Japanese grindcore. Shout out Bathtub Shitter.
Sick.
And she was justifiably horrified. So my question is, what are, say, your top 5 bands for introducing your girlfriend to extreme metal? For like a bass line, she likes Rammstein. All right, thank you.
Well, so if your girlfriend, the one thing about it is if she likes Rammstein, that's dope. Rammstein's fucking awesome. Greatest, not to go off this tangent, greatest live performance I've ever seen in my life.
I've never seen Rammstein live, but I'm seeing Till solo in like 2 months.
Oh,
so
that's sick.
That. Yeah.
That's going to probably be a sick ass fucking show too.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you have not seen Rammstein live, amazing. I mean, every time I'm just like, this is fucking it's so good. The music's so good. They're so tight and so well, they're just so perfect with the way they play. And then the whole stage show around that is like, there's no fire. It's fucking awesome. It's awesome. Well, I guess for if you're getting into grindcore or even something going heavier, you have to start, or at least I would start with a basic, not basic, just a good band that if I was ever introducing would be Napalm Death, which would be the first one to go into. I mean, it's hard. Again, if someone is listening to songs where they want to, these fucking nerds who want to understand every lyric, whatever, that's good. But I think it is funnier if you went the opposite direction and you just started picking the most extreme sounding band names to introduce her to and just say that these are just the norm. One band that I brought up that I couldn't believe somebody else knew was Vaginal Bear Trap, which is fucking awesome. That's an awesome name. These guys are from San Antonio. They only put out one album. It was called Slow Jams, and it wasn't the greatest. But the name Vaginal Bear Trap is great. I think that's if you're trying to introduce somebody. I guess another band that I really do enjoy that I think is pretty hard is Cattle Decapitation. That's a fucking dope ass band to get somebody into. And again, these things aren't going to be everyone's cup of tea. I understand that there are certain bands that I've tried to get people into that I was really excited about. Insect Warfare is a band I really do like that a lot of people they just don't give a shit about.
I've tried Insect Warfare, and I'm not for me.
Yeah.
Not for me.
It's not for everybody. Another band that I really did like was Wormrot. Wormrot was Singapore fucking grindcore. Fucking dope. They're fucking great.
Wormrot's
and it's but I do know that when you're this one's pretty good, or this one's good, and you're trying to introduce somebody into heavier music, it doesn't always work. And I think that only happens with metal. I think if you're into punk and you're hey, this band is pretty good, a lot of people can digest it easier, especially, and even with rap. And I don't even know how it works with country because I don't understand when everyone's this is bad country. I'm it all sounds like shit.
So as somebody who likes country music, I can clarify
all right,
that,
yeah,
dude.
Fucking school
I can clarify
here,
that.
Peter.
Okay, so part of the thing is that when I say country music, I'm talking about Willie Whalen the Boys.
I knew you were going to say Waylon Jennings. Yeah.
Willie Whalen the Boys, Merle Haggard, The problem is Luke Bryan, who's I love Ron DeSantis, doesn't really do that for me. You know? So when I differentiate between good country and bad country, it's more who's a piece of shit and who likes to go mudding.
So
it's a different.
I think the problem is with me. When I think of when you're talking about Merle and Waylon, I don't even really consider that country. I don't even really consider it country as much as I consider it blues rock, borderline
Yeah.
like Western blues rock. It's like fucking. It's not like a twangy fucking dumb thing.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
not
know.
drowning in reverb. And
Yeah,
turning low. It's not.
and it's not trying to be tough. It just is,
Yeah,
and it's great. But I think that I was kind of fucked up because when I was a kid, Garth Brooks was like crushing it, and I didn't think that that was the only base I had for country music. I didn't have anything else.
And if Garth Brooks is what you're expecting country music to be, I would also think that it was kind of fucking dumb. You
Yeah.
know, like
It was-
he's like,
it
man, I
wasn't-
love the rodeo, Trish, and like that sucks.
Didn't really get it. I think another what was it, Brooks and Dunn.
My Maria goes hard, but other than that,
I don't even know what that is. I just
My Maria,
oh
don't you know I've come a long, long way.
man, you really throw that fucking
Yeah,
you really throw that twang in there.
Yeehaw, motherfuckers.
That's fucking great. I don't. But what was the other fucking Rascal Flats?
Oh, they suck. Yeah.
Now, what's wrong with what's your beef with Rascal
Oh,
Flats?
I just think that they make music for fat moms. Like they're not really like. There's nothing to. They're not saying anything on the streets that anybody wants to hear.
I'm trying to think of another. Wait. So, what would you say are your top three Western or like country song writers or bands, or what would you say are your worst top?
Oh, I would say like just present day, Sturgill Simpson, Tyler Childers, Jason Isbell.
Those are the best.
Probably the best, yeah. But then
Okay.
Willie Well and the Boys. I like Glenn Campbell a lot. You know, I think Billy Joe Shaver is probably like the most important. He did Norm Macdonald interviewed him on that Norm Macdonald Has a Show on Netflix.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, he wrote All Honky Tonk Heroes, which was like the first outlaw country album for Waylon Jennings. And he also cut off like half his hand in a sawmill as a kid.
Fuck yeah.
Which is why, and wrote all the songs about being addicted to heroin while also not having enough hands to tie yourself off, which I think is
Is that one of the titles of the song? Because that sounds like a bluesy song. That's like,
gotta shoot up, but I
woodpecker
can't tie
pecking on a plastic tree. I'm trying to tie off, and I don't have fingers. It's like, damn, man, that guy's going through it. What a
life.
bummer. Yeah, I think. I mean, Merle Haggard is fucking great. I love the Mama Tried is a fucking
Mama Tried
It's a
is
great
phenomenal.
song. It's a great song, and I remember when I heard it the first time. Someone was like, "Yeah, you should check out this country." I was like, "Is this country? This just sounds like bluesy rock."
I knew that as a Grateful Dead song growing up, and then found out that was like a country song that they had been covering.
I didn't even know the Grateful Dead covered that song. The Grateful Dead had the balls to cover that song?
Yeah.
What a fucking bunch of pieces of shit.
Yeah. Well,
I don't like that. Are you a jam band guy?
I'm a little bit of a band guy. Yeah. Dude, yeah, I could be known. I've seen Humphreys McGee on several occasions.
Well, I don't even know. What is that?
Humphreys McGee? Dude, they're sick. They're rad.
Tell me why they're rad. You have 10 seconds.
They're just
Dude.
fucking, look up the album Nemo. It's sick as hell, dude. They're just fucking having fun, being weird. And they're like Fish, but a little less gay, you know?
Yeah. All right. That was actually a pretty good 10 second. That was actually on the butt.
Yeah.
They're like Fish and a little less gay. Fish, I cannot stand.
Oh, neither can I, dude.
Fish was one of those things, and again, I knew only like jam bands as Grateful Dead, maybe the Allman Brothers, if anything, but Fish was one of those things that exploded when I was in high school. And people were like, you gotta get into it, you gotta do this. And what pissed me off is that when I was in high school, I smoked a lot of weed. I did a lot of drugs. But I didn't, like, when people are like, oh, you do, like, you smoke weed? You would love Fish, dude. I'm like, I don't think you understand what I do when I smoke weed. I don't think you understand what I do.
Fish is what mushrooms sound like in a girl's head. Like, it's not, it's like this, it's not real. They're like, nah, this is what smoking weed sounds like. And they're
Yeah.
like, we're all inside a farmhouse. I'm like, shut the fuck up,
Whatever,
dude. Fucking
dude.
Kill yourself.
And I have tolerated, I think I know a fair amount of people who love Fish. I only know two that are tolerable people. It's my one friend, Sean, and this chick I used to hook up with named Jess. And those are the only two that I ever met that, I mean, they go to every Fish show. They're like there all the time. I have never met anybody else who enjoys jam bands that much that have been good.
Yeah, I can't.
They're not good people.
Yeah, I can't really vouch for
Sorry.
that is a good place to be. You know, I've never
No.
been listening to a lot of jam bands and be like, wow, dude, I should go back to school. You know, like it's never been like in line with other
Then
good
again,
thoughts.
You know what's funny? You could say that, but I've never listened to Torture Killer and been like, you know what I should do? Get my degree. I've never thought.
But I
about doing
went and
that.
saw Blood Fart on Stockton's campus a couple years ago, and it did make me be like, maybe I should finish my education.
You know what? Well, if you're seeing a band called Blood Fart,
Yeah, dude, AC
You
Grindcore, check it out.
you paid for that. I think a lot of people who saw Anal Cunt live were also just like, you know what? I probably need to get them things together. What am I doing? I know the ticket was only $5, but I should have used that $5.
Yeah, it was
for
Blood Fart opened up by a band called Syphilis Infected Cum Bubble. Yeah.
Dope.
Yeah, I was like, oh, it sounds like a good play. $5 at
Syphilis-
a house show?
That's a good name. I also enjoyed the name Parasitic Ejaculation.
That's a sick
fucking
band
sick
name.
ass name. Those are fucking. And when I was younger, when I was in high school, there was another band that went on tour with Pantera that I really enjoyed the name of called Pissing Razors. Fucking great.
Well, it's great because it's also like playing on like the Step-In Razor, like fucking like ska thing.
No, it's Pissing Razors. And I don't, you know what I don't think? I don't think those guys even knew what Stepping Razors was. They're just like, dude, I woke up today, I was fucking pissing razors.
Yeah, we're named after that line in the Green Mile.
I got fucking bladder infection.
I have myself
I've
a
got
UTI.
gonorrhea.
I've been pissing razor blades all week until I
Man.
met John Coffey.
Have you ever had a UTI?
Yeah, I got a UTI. I thought that I had chlamydia a couple months ago, but it was just the world's angriest UTI.
Damn. Now, how
Yeah.
did you get that UTI?
I have no idea, but I took a bunch of doxycycline to fix it.
Sick. That sounds like something you get at a Fish concert.
Well, you know.
Doxycycline.
Yeah, I'm allergic to any medicine that ends in illin, so I got to take all.
Oh
of it.
yeah. I'm allergic to penicillin. I can take amoxicillin, but I can't take aspirin, ibuprofen, Advil, Motrin, Excedrin. So the only thing I can take for pain relief is acetaminophen or jumping the shark into harsh narcotics.
Yeah.
And it's kind of bullshit because Tylenol sucks.
Tylenol does suck.
is the worst fucking thing in the world. And when I was a huge drinker, I actually would never take it because I knew what Tylenol could affect your liver. And I was already doing so much
liver
damage. I was just like, I'll go through this headache. I'll just drink water. And dude, there would be days where I couldn't even open my eyes. And I was just like, I'm not taking Tylenol. I'm just not going to take it. And I often thought, I guess I'll take. I think one time I had such a bad hangover, I took half of a Percocet to try to get through. Not a great idea.
One time I broke my
Not
hand in high school, and they gave me Percocets, and I first off my hand didn't feel any better, but I did enjoy eating Frosties more. And I found that both of the Legally
That's
Blonde
actually
movies.
a side effect of Percocets.
Yeah, I found that Frosties were tastier, and the Legally Blonde was a funnier movie on Percocets.
Man.
That's all
Legally
we found.
Blonde. What's your favorite Witherspoon?
Oh. I like Sweet Home Alabama. Witherspoon.
I knew you were going to say that.
Really?
I fucking knew you were going to say Sweet Home Alabama. I knew you were going to say that. You piece of shit. You were not going to go Election.
I've never seen Election.
You've never seen Election?
No.
Great movie. Great fucking movie. I did think, have you ever, I can't remember the movie where she shows her tits.
Oh, was the one where she's hiking? And
Yeah.
like the heroin addict. Wild, I think. Is
Yeah,
what
it
it's
might be
called.
Wild. Not movie, not great.
No,
but-
not a good movie.
Yo, but
Solid rack.
dude, solid tits.
Solid
I think
rack.
that was the selling point
It
on the
really
movie.
was.
Because I heard, I was like, I don't want to see this dumb movie. Like, Witherspoon gets topless. I'm like,
She got titties on the Appalachian Trail. I'm like, oh, what? You should
Yeah,
have told
dude.
me that to start with. I don't care about this rebirth of through recovery. No,
I don't need you to fucking discover yourself. Let me see them nips. I also think that more celebrities, and this is shout out Hollywood if you're listening, more Bush. More Bush.
1,000% more.
More Bush in movies. And I'm not, look, I'm not saying dudes don't hang trunk. If you want to hang trunk in a movie, go right ahead. I'm not paying attention. But let's put it this way. If a sex scene involves full trunk, but it also a starlet that I haven't seen fully naked, I'll fucking power through it. Yeah. I'll wait for it. I don't know why more celebrities haven't done that. I also think it's crazy that, remember when celebrities used to do Playboy every now and again?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude, Drew Barrymore in Playboy. You got your fucking Lindsay Lohan's in Playboy. You got your fucking tons of other ladies who've been in Playboy. All right, that honestly, I find out a new celebrity from 1996 until 2008, and I was like, let's just throw it in there.
Yeah, just put.
I think Lisa Kudrow did Playboy for some reason.
Oh man! No, wait, did she show Rack?
I think she showed Rack, but I don't think she showed Bush.
I need to see Kudrow Bubo, dude. I need to see that shit. But I want another celebrity. Again, this goes back to just people jumping the shark. I want another celebrity to just be like, jump over Playboy and do Hustler. And just a celebrity you would not expect.
Only crotch shots.
You would not expect to do it.
Wouldn't that be a fun game in Hustler every month if there was like a match the Bush to the celebrity face?
I
and
think
you
they
got to
already
just
did
do
that.
like the crossword puzzle, though?
I think they already did that. Hustler's ahead of its time.
Yeah, they really should do.
They
Larry,
do
what was
crush
Larry Flint up to these days?
rolling around.
Yeah, I think he's dead now.
No, I
actually.
don't think Larry Flint is dead. Larry Flint, I think, is still alive. The problem was that, the internet kind of fucked, publications, just fucking paperback. And
Yeah,
I think
Girls Gone Wild killed print journalism. You're right.
It really did. It really did. And, now you have all this, voyeur stuff, and you have OnlyFans, that kind of fucked up. And I'm not shitting on OnlyFans. OnlyFans is great. But, OnlyFans started killing regular pornography. And, video killed the magazine star, and then DVD killed the video star, and then HD DVD killed that, and then it went to Blu-ray, and now it's like the internet just crushes it every fucking way. And I don't know. I think Hustler may own Bang Bro. They might own another thing. I don't know. I might be talking out my ass.
The whole thing, yeah.
Yeah.
No, but you're right. Lena Paul and coal miners have a lot in common these days. And that's what's important.
We need to protect them.
We need to protect her.
But I would think it would be great if, Zoe Saldana, Zoe Saldana just jumping right into Hustler.
Yeah.
But not going too crazy. When I say too crazy, not having a whole spread, but just one picture where it's just full butthole.
Yeah, dude, I think Zendaya and Penthouse would be rad. Dude.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it'd be a good time.
Would be the sickest thing in the world. And why don't they? And, I think it's they don't want to ruin their credibility. They don't want to do that. But I'm pretty sure if we were to wind the clock back to 1997 when Hustler and Playboy were still pretty much killing it, they had a lot of money, I'm pretty sure if one A-list let's just say, if we're to harken back to Lisa Kudrow, if Jennifer Aniston, at the height of her career on Friends, she was doing magazines where she was in swimsuits and maybe her underwear.
Yeah, having hard nipples everywhere.
Yeah, all the time.
All the time, dude. There had to be prosthetics at a certain point.
There were episodes of Friends that I would watch
Just for the nipples?
strictly for the nipples, man. I would come home and my older brother would be watching Friends. I'm like, you don't like the show? It's like, dude, you got to see Aniston's nips. It's it was one of those things I don't know what's going to happen on this show, but I got to see fucking hard nipple right now.
And I'll tell you, they filmed in Nova Scotia for a reason. They're like, actually, we're shooting on location outside of New York City.
You ever see why the windows are always open here? It's not a hot summer night. It's a freezing cold day, and the sun sets at 3:00. We're going to need those nipples.
That naked neighbor, it's actually one of our producers, Steve.
Yeah. Just he's just beating off. He could not beat off. I wonder how many times they even talked to her about that. You ever think that was brought up? Do you ever think Courtney Cox or Kudrow got nipple envy?
Yeah, I think Kudrow definitely did.
They had
Kudrow definitely got nipple envy. I think Cox might have taken herself serious enough to not, but...
I mean, if you're a serious actor, I'm pretty sure if you're reading the script and you're doing a rehearsal and you're doing it and you're just you know that no one's going to be paying attention to you. Sure, you're the main character in this episode, but Rachel shows up with her fucking headlights on high.
She got Miata headlight tape.
Yeah, dude, just fucking beep beep. That would, man, fuck. But if Jennifer Aniston, at the height of her career, was I think I want to do a nude pictorial. I'm pretty sure her agent be like, ooh, well, I appreciate your artistic vision, blah, 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 blah. You know, we'll get Playboy in the line and they'll do some very nice airbrush, some very, you know, that smoke. Remember that fucking, every now and again they would have a celebrity in, but it'd be almost like out of focus, kind of. Like, what the fuck is that shit?
You know what I think is the biggest cuckery of all that is like the Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition where they have the painted on celebrities. I'm like, I could see your areola. Don't make it seem like you're a classy broad now.
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
What are
Alex
you
Morgan,
doing?
star of the U.S. women's national team.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, she's fine as hell, dude.
Dude, the fucking body issue of Sports Illustrated, get the fuck out of here, man. Fucking Ronda Rousey in that fucking, dude.
Misha Tate.
Dude. Fucking losing your mind.
Who's the UFC lady now that I want to choke me out? I'm trying to remember what her name is. Mackenzie Dern. I want Mackenzie Dern.
Yeah, dude.
I want her to put me in a triangle choke to go to bed every
That would
night.
be sick. And you wonder if those pussies fight back.
I hope
You know?
so.
You know what I mean? If you're like fucking it, it's just like trying to like choke your dick out. You're like,
it's
what
like
are
the
you doing?
mechanical bowl of people. I
Yeah,
feel
dude,
like.
you
just
gotta
just
ride
fucking-
hard. You gotta ride hard. And I wonder, like, you know, when you see a fucking fighter like that, if they're all about butt stuff. Because, like, you think if they're that tough in the ring and they're like, you know, I gotta push my body to extremes. I'm like, yo, you all about getting that balloon knot a little bit fucked with?
Yeah, do you close your guard up all around?
Yeah, what is this? I want to be fucking. Don't be no half guard with your butthole here.
Damn, baby girl, let me put you in a tie clip.
I need
And by
to
that I
see
mean I hope
here,
you got
dude.
a wiener.
Just going up to some Brazilian like I'm about to give you my Americana in that ass right now.
Damn, girl, you
Damn.
married or can I put you in a crucifix? How you doing?
Yeah, that would be sick. I don't know. Like I know a couple dudes who, you know, they have, you know, their wives or their girlfriends are into, you know, jiu-jitsu or ultimate fighting or stuff like that. And I often think about, like, you know, how that translates into the bedroom. It's gotta. I don't want to live in a world where it doesn't. I don't want to live in a world where it doesn't, because if you have a girlfriend who's like training to become stronger or you know, learn a skill or doing like that, you know, I'm pretty sure if you're like, you know, take her into the bedroom, throw her on the bed, she's like, not today, buddy. Not today. You ever been lifted up and thrown on bed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude. Yeah, dude. Your boy's looking for uppies. Yeah. Dude.
Yeah. When was the hottest time you've been lifted up? Have you ever been manhandled in the bedroom by a chick?
No. I just sometimes need a boost up there if they're
Oh,
telling me.
yeah. What, are you fucking on a bunk bed? They just
Yeah, they're like, help me
Get
up the
up
water
here.
to your loft bed.
get up here.
Yeah.
Man, I think so. You've never like clearly, you know, you're the man, but
Yeah, dude.
you're not you're clearly not calling the shots in the bedroom. Have you ever had that happen?
Oh yeah, well yeah. No, they're the ladies are power bottoms. I get that.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
like, no, you're gonna do this right now, and I'm
Man.
like, okay, mommy.
Yeah, I had I messed around with this two women in two instances. One was a power lifter who was great, but she was one of those chicks that like at one point in time she was on top, and I remember I had no control. Like I didn't like, and I remember thinking like if I wanted to go, like, because I was pushed, like she was holding my shoulders down. You know what I mean? And I was just like, I can't kind of like, I'm like, part of me is like, get the fuck on me. I was like, don't you dare fucking put your meat hooks on me, you bitch. And I remember trying to give ground game up, but like I would go up and she would slam her ass back down on it, which is also a whole new level of fear, because if my dick comes out of there, I'm getting broken in half, dude. I don't want my wiener snapped, dude.
Yeah, we've had a real changing of the guard on that opinion. Because before I was like, yeah, girl, you go crazy, you do whatever you need to do, and now I'm like, oh, my penis hurts,
Dude.
You gotta go home.
You gotta be careful, man. I don't even understand how.
Bro, I heard the lollipop a couple days ago after a girl did that. And I
What?
was like, yeah, we're taking a 2-day, we're taking a 2-week tolerance break from pussy. We can't.
Whoa,
Y'all have lost your dick privileges.
that is fucking gnarly, and I don't want to even. I don't even want to begin to think what happens when you break your penis.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've seen pictures online of like dudes who've like had, like broken penis repair, and it was like I don't think I could ever go through that. I don't think
Little
I
splint, dude.
2 popsicle sticks wrapped around. It's like it's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
You ever seen those people that like they like
you jerk
like,
with a limp?
tear
for the
their
rest
like
of your life?
Achilles, and then they've got that like thing where it's like the wire is going through their leg still, and they're walking
No.
around. Do you know what I'm talking about, Danny? Where
What?
like people have like the bar going through them, like through their arm after they get like the surgery, like ligament repairs.
I've never seen that. What
Okay.
the fuck is that?
So there's like when you get like
That sounds
when
awesome.
people like break like the like they like tear the ligaments like their hand and stuff.
yeah.
Sometimes they'll like have a cast where like there's still like a piece of metal like going through your hand because they've got to like keep that all pinned in together.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's like that.
If that was through my dick, that would be
It's like a Prince
Fucking-
Albert, but for medical
it's
purposes.
a medicinal Prince Albert. It's like I can't not. I'm sorry, baby. You got. I just having a Franken dick scares me.
No, I think it would scare anybody.
That is not what I think I want. I also think about, just
I had to get copious amount of dick surgeries in high school, so I've been through the dick ringer, dude.
how many surgeries did you have?
3?
Why did you have so many dick surgeries?
Because they fucked up the circumcision at first, and then when I started having sex, my dick started to rip a little bit, and then had to go get that fixed up. And then one of my balls went to like 4 times the size of the other one in high school, and they had to go fix that. And then had 4 hernias at the same time. Yeah.
So with this dick diorama that'll be presented on the Patreon, we'll try it, maybe post that if we can, and it'll be raising money for Pete Eckenroth here, who has had so many penile traumas that I cannot even begin to. My mind went blank there for a second. Jesus Christ!
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Now, after the first surgery,
Dick go crazy.
after the first surgery, I could. So wait, they had to widen your. Did they circumcise you?
So when I got circumcised, I was a little kid. They didn't take enough, and then I got like a readherence, like a skin bridge from the tip of my dick to like down the shaft. So then, like growing up, they like the pediatrician was always like, when he starts jerking off, he'll rip it, it'll be fine. But I don't.
No!
But I tried really hard my whole life to not rip my penis.
Dude,
I was like, it was like
what
number one priority.
Cavalier fucking asshole.
Yeah. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. I spent my
It'll
entire
just
life.
rip. It'll
My
just
entire
rip.
life, fucking priority number 1 was don't rip your penis. And then finding out my doctor was like, yeah, we thought you would have ripped that by the time you were like 12, 13, maybe.
I don't think doctors are allowed to say rip. I don't think they're allowed to say rip your penis.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to do
Yeah.
that. So they thought you were gonna fucking
Fix it myself. So I was going to do a
you were just gonna
DIY.
grow out of. You were gonna vigorously masturbate
Yeah.
so hard that your penis would rip.
Yep.
What if you're like, look, I use lube like you wouldn't believe. They were hoping you would give dry jerks.
I was dry jerking, and I was still being I'm still not being that reckless to be like, let's rip my dick.
Look, that's another reason why we're raising money for you. You had to fucking very gingerly beat your dick. Your whole adolescence.
Yeah, I'm a very
Nobody
gentle
needs
lover,
that.
dude. I'm not.
Just being like, I don't wanna. I gotta. Just you've never fucking fully cranked.
Yeah, no, I didn't fully crack until I was like 17.
Oh man, that is a bummer. So you had a circumcision, a botched
Circumcision as a kid, yeah.
which is also a good band name.
Yeah, botched circumcision.
Botched
that's great.
circumcision is great. If you your dick hole, they didn't.
My dick hole was fine. It was
No,
like the
I mean like
foreskin.
a
Yeah.
circumcision. I'm just trying to wait. Are you uncircumcised?
No, I'm circumcised. They just didn't take enough of the skin.
I'm trying to understand.
Okay, so it'd be like, say like you were to like, get a cut, right?
Uh-huh.
All right, and then like in the middle of it, the thing came off. You'd still have a strip of skin that you didn't get cut.
Oh my goodness.
So there was just like from where they cut, there was just like a
wait a
thin
minute.
strip.
Now I'm getting it.
Yeah. Yeah, so there was the
You
thin
had a
strip.
guitar string.
Yeah, I had a
on your-
guitar string on my wang. Yeah.
You had a fucking bass string.
Yeah, I had a bass string. Yeah, I had a between an E and an A. Yeah.
Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah, actually probably between a D and an A on a bass.
Oh
yeah, like-
man, that sounds awful.
Yeah, but then I was fucking for like 2 years, and the pediatrician was like, "Does this hurt?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm terrified every time I have sex that my penis is gonna rip." And they were like, "Yeah, we'll take care of that for you."
No, man.
Yeah,
So then, how did they snipped it?
yeah, they just cut it, and it's beautiful now.
Now, when they
Designer
did it, did the rest of it just fly out like it was fucking just
Just like a rubber band getting snapped.
you know, like
You broke a hairband?
Come on.
Yeah, pretty
Holy
much, probably.
shit.
Looks like a little calamari strip.
Oh no! Did you save it?
No, they didn't give it to me.
I would have demanded it. I would have
Yeah.
demanded it, and then I would have gone back and seen the pediatrician and fucking wiggled it.
Been
in
like,
his
what
bed,
is that? You
see
thought- you
this,
thought I was gonna break
fucking
this?
bitch? Rip it off.
Yeah,
Rip it off, you
was a
whore.
lot.
You fucking asshole.
It was a lot.
And
yeah.
then why did your ball get so big?
Oh, okay. So in like 8th grade, we went outside for gym class, and it was just too real cold. Your balls have gone up before, right?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. One of my balls went up, and it didn't come back down for like 4 hours. And when it did pop back down, it like opened up a fluid thing. So over the next like 4 years, one of my balls like quadrupled in size. And I was a naive teenager being like, in health class, they're like, not everyone's balls are identically the same. One of them's bigger than the other sometimes. And I was like, oh, I got a big ass ball. Lucky me. And then my high school girlfriend was like, that can't possibly be good for you. Like that can't. Like that can't possibly be the way your balls are supposed to be.
Naive high school girl. It's like, Pete, I'm no doctor. That's not right. Like, no, they're not identical.
Yeah, she was like,
They're not
honestly, she was
identical.
using the only balls I've ever
Also,
seen,
what's
but
that
I can tell you
strip
that
on
that's
your
not
penis?
right.
What is, dude?
She was way less freaked out about that.
Dude, you must have had, and again, I'm not trying to insult you. You must have had the most horrifying genitals at some point in time.
Oh yeah, it was a bad like 2-year
in
run. dude.
America,
Yeah.
you must like.
It was like a bad 2-year run. Yeah.
That is wild.
Yeah, and now it's beautiful because like again, I got a designer dick.
Yeah,
as a
you
teenager,
fucking
dude,
had
yeah.
all the work done. That's great. I can
Yeah.
appreciate that.
That's why I can't be mean to ladies with fake tits anymore because I'm like, damn, I got
No.
a fake dick now.
No, you have a fucking. You have a
fake
fucking
dick.
fake dick.
Yeah. I'm like,
You
yeah.
have the dick some people dream.
I
of.
really do, dude. Yeah, it's like annoying.
God
it's like,
damn, it's annoying. It's a
It's
burden,
annoying, dude. Yeah. It's,
and you didn't even work for it.
don't you hate like I there was a girl a couple months ago and she has since come out as a trans woman, and like a trans man because she was like, damn, I wish I had a dick like that. And I was like, well, you have a vagina, so that's probably real hard.
Yeah, it's a little
Probably
bit,
hard to be.
a little bit.
Yeah.
So when your ball got big, how did they drain? Did they just like?
They sliced the bottom and got all the liquids out.
Now when that happened,
Yeah.
what did your ball just go back to normal size and they
Yeah.
stitched that up?
Yep.
All right.
And then the hernia looks like I just have like a cut here line across the entire like belt line.
So you look trans.
Kind of, yeah. Well, it's a hog.
This has been the Ed Podcast with Ryan Shader. Pete, thank you
you
so
for
much
having
for
me, guys.
being on the show. Make sure you call the hotline 833-443-5300, and we will address any comment, question, concern you have, and maybe even some dick dioramas. Maybe Pete's going to do a dick diorama. We don't know. We got to see this goddamn masterpiece. Thank you so much.